Good morning, dear students, and welcome again to another English lesson. This week, we are revising all 4 units and we are focusing on language functions in today's lesson. Let's take a look at today's objective. By the end of this video, you will be able to revise language functions from Unit 1 to 4. Now let's start with the first language function. In Unit 1, we studied different vocabulary words that helped us describe people. So let's start by opening your student book to page 18. We will also need page 61 to practice speaking. Please open your workbook too to page 18. Do you remember the different vocabulary words that we can use to describe someone's physical appearance? Alright, let's see if you could remember them all. How can we describe a person's body shape? Bravo! We could say a person is slim or chubby, depending on their body shape. Now, what about their height? That's right, we use the words short and tall. What about the length of the hair? A hair could be short or long. It's also better to be specific when you are describing hair. So describe the hair type and color too. Do you remember the vocabulary words used to describe different hair types and colors? Excellent! You could use wavy, curly, straight, dark or black, or fair. Next, how do you describe someone's personality? Do you remember the different adjectives used to describe different personalities? Great! We use the adjective polite when we describe a person's kind behavior. Rude is when a person says or does things that are not polite or kind. A shy person is a person who is uncomfortable and nervous when talking to other people. The opposite of shy is outgoing. An outgoing person enjoys meeting new people. Next, messy is used to describe a person who is untidy and not organized. The opposite of messy is tidy. Being kind and pleasant to other people makes you a friendly person. The opposite of friendly is unfriendly. Alright, do you recall how we ask about one's appearance? Bravo! What does he or she look like? What about asking about one's personality? That's correct. What is he or she like? Finally, how do you ask about one's likes? Great! What does he or she like doing? Let's revise. In exercise B, page 18 in your workbook, let's revise. For exercise B, page 18 in your workbook, look at the picture, read the sentences, and correct them. Let's do the first one together as an example. Karen is short and chubby. She's got long black hair and blue eyes. Look at the picture and find Karen. It's clear from the picture that Karen is not chubby and she hasn't got long hair. So let's correct the sentence. Karen is short and slim. She's got short black hair and blue eyes. Now pause the video, complete the exercise, and come back when you are done. Alright, let's see how well you did in this exercise. Sentence number 2. Daisy is short and slim. She's got short fair hair. In the picture, Daisy's hair is not fair. It's not short too. So the correct answer is Daisy is short and slim. She's got long black or dark hair. Number 3. Penny has got curly red hair. She's very tall and chubby. Is Penny's hair red? And is she really chubby? So the answer would be Penny has got curly fair hair. She is very tall and slim. Finally, number 4. Sally is short and slim. She has got long brown hair and brown eyes. Again, look at the picture. And as you can see from the picture, Sally is not really slim. And she hasn't got long hair. So if you answered Penny is short and chubby, she has got short brown hair and brown eyes, then you are correct. Moving on to a speaking task. Have a family member or a friend help you with the guessing game, dear students. Look at the information on the cards below and talk in pairs. So one of you is going to play the role of student A and the other is going to play the role of student B. Before you start the task, please make sure that you look at each picture carefully and look at the information on the cards below. And look at the information as well. If you are student A, then look at the pictures and choose a person, but don't tell your partner and answer all their questions. If you are student B, then ask your partner questions and guess which person your partner has chosen. Look at the following example. Student A chose Kevin but did not tell student B. Student A answered student B's questions, and that's how student B found out who student A was talking about. Please pause the video, practice the speaking task, and come back when you are done. Great, we are done with revising the language function that you studied in Unit 1. Let's move on to Unit 2. In Unit 2, we studied how we give good news, how we respond to it, and ask for details. Please open your workbook to page 36 and your student book to page 30. Can you think of examples of good news? Yes, for example, you got a new phone. You are traveling somewhere exciting this summer. You won first place in a competition because you were the best. Or maybe you met a famous person. So if something good happened to you and you want to share it with your friend, what phrases can you use to give good news? Very good. You could start with guess what? Or listen to this? Or did I tell you about? Now, if you heard good news from your friend, how would you respond? Great. There are many phrases that you could use. For example, really? That's great. That's amazing. How wonderful. How exciting. Congratulations. That's fantastic news. I'm really happy for you. Good for you. Lucky you. What wonderful news. I can't believe it. After you react to the good news that you have just heard, do you remember how you would ask about details? That's right. Tell me about it. So when, where, who, what did you? Were you excited or scared? How was it? What kind of game is it? Great. Let's work on an exercise H in your workbook, page 36. In this exercise, complete the dialogues with phrases from A to E. Please pause the video, complete the exercise, and come back when you are done. Alright, let's see how well you did in this exercise. Hey Jake, guess what? I went to the Space Center yesterday. Lucky you. How was it? Oh, it was amazing. How long did you stay there? For almost 3 hours. Whoa, what did you do there? Well, we learned about astronauts and life in space. How exciting! And that isn't the best part. We even went inside a real spaceship. Really? Yep. And after that, I took part in a spaceship drawing competition and I won. Congratulations. Please check your answers and make sure that you have the correct answers in your book. And with this, we are done revising phrases used to give good news and respond to it. Let's move on to Unit 3. In Unit 3, we learned phrases that would help us communicate better around town. For example, phrases that would help us ask for help, or ask for information, or give information, or thanks, or even respond to thanks. We also learned communication repair strategies. For example, asking for a clarification or repetition, asking someone to speak up, or asking someone to slow down. Please open your student book to page 44. We will also practice the speaking activity in page 62 and 63. Imagine, dear students, that you are lost in a place around your town or city. Do you recall the phrases used to ask for help? That's right. Excuse me, can or could you help me please? Can or could or may I ask you a question? Can or could or may I ask you something? Sorry, I've got another question. What about asking for information or giving information? Great. Read the following phrases. So, for example, when asking for information, you could say, excuse me, I'm looking for the stadium, or how do I get to the stadium? How far is the stadium? How long does it take to get to the stadium? On the other hand, if you are giving information, you could say, you can walk or take the bus, go down Hill Street and it's on your left. It's not very far, it's 2 blocks away. It's on Hill Street, let me show you on this map. Or it's about a 10-minute walk. Now, if someone helps you, how do you thank them? Or if you help someone, how do you respond to thanks? Amazing. If you thank someone, you could say thank you for your help, thank you so much, or thanks a lot. If you respond to thanks, you could say no problem, you're welcome, don't mention it. Do you also remember the phrases used to improve communication? That's right. If you did not understand what the person in front of you is saying, you could say, I'm sorry, but I didn't understand what you said. Sorry, could you say that again? Could you repeat that, please? If you can't hear the person talking to you, you could ask them to speak up by saying, I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch that. Could you speak up, please? Could you speak up, please? I can barely hear you. Would you mind speaking up? Finally, if a person talks very fast, you could ask them to slow down by saying, could you slow down a bit, please? Could you speak more slowly, please? Okay, let's practice. Choose the correct answer. If a person replies, yes, of course, which answer is correct here? Is it A, no problem? B, how do I get to Qatar Mall? C, can you help me please? Bravo! The answer here is, can you help me please? Number 2, if your friend says, can you help me please? How would you respond? A, sure. B, you're welcome. Or C, thank you for your help. That's correct, sure. Number 3, excuse me, I am looking for the train station. What's the correct answer here? It's about a 10-minute walk. Could you speak more slowly, please? Is this the quickest way to the train station? Excellent. A, it's about a 10-minute walk. In your student book, page 62 and 63, practice the following speaking activities with a family member or a friend. Imagine you visit snow dunes in Doha Festival City, but it's closed, and your partner works there. Ask him or her about the opening and closing hours of snow dunes on weekdays and at the weekend. Have a look at the following example. Pause the video and practice the phrases that we have just revised. As for exercise B, imagine that you work at the ticket office of an amusement park. Look at the information in the picture and answer your partner's questions. Have your partner choose a ride and ask you about the price and the duration. Please pause the video and practice the phrases that we have just revised. Finally, let's revise the phrases used to respond to bad news and express sympathy that we learned in Unit 4. Please open your workbook to page 60 and your student book to page 56. Now, can you think of examples of bad news? That's right. For example, you had a car accident, you failed a test, you lost your money, or you broke your phone. How would you respond if you heard bad news from someone you care about? For example, imagine your friend told you, "I fell down and hurt my hand." Do you remember the phrases that you learned and would use to express sympathy? Perfect. Poor you. You poor thing. Oh dear. That's terrible. That's so sad. That's too bad. That's a shame or that's a pity. What a shame or what a pity. How awful. How terrible. I am sorry to hear that. These are different phrases that we can use to respond to bad news. Now please work on exercise B in your workbook, page 60. In this exercise, complete the dialogues with the phrases from A to D. Please pause the video, complete the exercise, and come back when you are done. Alright, let's see how well you did in this exercise. Hey Mary, you're late. I'm so sorry you had to wait for me, Karen. I had a terrible morning. What happened? Did you miss the bus again? No, nothing like that. I got locked out of the house. That's terrible. How did that happen? Well, I forgot to take my keys, and when I got back, no one was home. I had to wait outside for 2 hours for my mom to come home. That's why I was late. That really was a terrible morning. And I was out in the cold, so I think I'm ill now too. You poor thing. Great work, dear students. We are done revising the language functions that you learned in the first semester. Thank you for watching and good luck in your exams. Have a great day and stay safe, everyone.